Anchorage, Alaska, breaking news tonight. The city is gripped by fear and uncertainty as a major aviation emergency unfolds. Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport is on complete lockdown. All flights are grounded and the terminals are filled with confusion and concern. Emergency vehicles swarm the runways after Alaska Airlines Flight 558, a Boeing 737 bound for Seattle, declared a grave in-flight emergency just minutes after departure. Witnesses saw a sudden flash of orange and heard a thunderous explosion just after takeoff, sending shockwaves through the crowd. The aircraft is now attempting a dangerous and highly technical return to the airport, its fate uncertain. Passengers on the ground described chaos and fear, with loved ones desperately seeking information and updates. On board, over 100 people are caught in a life-or-death struggle, every second stretching into eternity. The pilots are fighting to control a crippled jet, their training and nerves tested to the limit. The crew is working tirelessly to keep panic at bay and maintain order. The left engine suffered a catastrophic, uncontained failure. Debris may have damaged other critical systems, making the situation even more perilous. The world is watching, glued to their screens, hoping for a safe outcome as the story develops in real time. This is the nightmare scenario every traveler dreads, a reminder of the risks that come with flight. The professionalism of the crew and emergency responders is being put to the ultimate test as every moment counts. We're monitoring air traffic control and airport sources for updates as officials coordinate a massive emergency response. The stakes could not be higher. Every decision made now could mean the difference between tragedy and survival. The lives of everyone on board hang in the balance as families and friends wait anxiously for news. Stay with us for the latest from Anchorage as this dramatic situation continues to unfold. We'll track every move, every update, hoping for a safe resolution to this terrifying ordeal that has captured the world's attention. The situation is active and tense, with emergency teams on high alert and the community holding its breath. We await word on the fate of Flight 558, hoping for a miracle and a safe return for all on board. June 8, 2025 began like any other at Anchorage's bustling airport. The early morning air was crisp, and the terminal buzzed with travelers, each with their own stories and destinations. Passengers of Alaska Airlines Flight 558 moved through the gate, relaxed and chatting, boarding smoothly for their journey to Seattle. Some were seasoned flyers, others first-timers, but all shared the same sense of routine. The Boeing 737-800 pushed back right on schedule, its engines humming with reassuring power, a familiar sound to frequent travelers. The plane taxied toward the runway, wing lights glinting off the damp tarmac, anticipation and excitement quietly building among the passengers. In the cockpit, a seasoned captain and a skilled first officer methodically completed their checklists, their calm professionalism setting the tone for the flight. Alaska 558 cleared for takeoff. The jet surged forward, engines roaring, pressing passengers firmly into their seats as the aircraft gathered speed. The aircraft lifted gracefully into the twilight sky, Anchorage's city lights shrinking below, the vast Alaskan wilderness stretching out in every direction. For a brief, perfect moment, everything felt serene. The hum of the engines, the soft glow of cabin lights, and the gentle ascent created a sense of peace. The plane climbed steadily, flaps retracted, and a flight attendant's cheerful voice welcomed everyone, promising a smooth and comfortable journey ahead. Passengers settled in, some gazing out at the breathtaking Alaskan landscape, snow-capped mountains and endless forests passing beneath them. Then, in a split second, the routine was shattered by an unexpected alarm. Without warning, the ordinary flight was transformed into a desperate fight for survival as crew members sprang into action. A sudden, violent event was about to change everything, catching everyone off guard. The calm inside the cabin quickly dissolved, replaced by confusion and chaos as passengers realized something was terribly wrong. No one on board could have predicted what was coming next or how quickly their world would be turned upside down. The next moments would test the courage and resolve of everyone on board, from the flight crew to the passengers. The drama was just beginning, and the stakes had never been higher. The nightmare was about to unfold as fear and uncertainty gripped the cabin. Flight 558's journey had taken a terrifying turn, one that would be remembered by all on board for the rest of their lives. Suddenly, a violent explosion rocked the aircraft. A deafening bang shook the cabin, throwing passengers against their seats. Overhead bins burst open, belongings spilling into the aisle. The plane shuddered and yawed left. Passengers near the left wing saw the engine engulfed in flames, fire streaming behind the aircraft. Smoke and the smell of burning fuel filled the air. Panic erupted. Some screamed, others prayed, a few sent desperate messages. In the cockpit, alarms blared and warning lights flashed. The pilots fought to control the jet, now flying on one engine. The situation was critical, and uncontained engine failure is every pilot's nightmare. The cabin, moments before calm, was now chaos. Everyone's fate rested with the crew. Survival depended on their training and composure. In the cockpit, the captain and first officer sprang into action, their training and instincts kicking in instantly as alarms blared and warning lights flashed. The captain took manual control, countering the powerful yaw with steady hands, fighting the aircraft's sudden lurch as smoke began to fill the air. "My aircraft! Your aircraft!" Their teamwork was flawless, each word crisp and clear, every action coordinated with practiced precision. The first officer grabbed the emergency checklist, engine fire procedures, flipping quickly to the right page, voice steady as he read aloud the critical steps. They cut fuel to the burning engine and discharged the fire extinguisher, working in perfect sync, their focus unwavering despite the chaos. The captain calmly declared, "Mayday, mayday, mayday, engine failure and fire, returning to anchorage." His voice, though urgent, was a lifeline to those on the ground. In the cabin, flight attendants became pillars of strength, their presence reassuring as they moved swiftly through the aisles. "Stay seated, fasten seatbelts," they commanded, moving quickly to secure the cabin, checking overhead bins and making sure everyone was ready for what might come next. Their calm steadied the passengers who drew strength from the crew's composure, watching their every move for cues on how to react. Panic subsided into tense silence. Strangers held hands, parents comforted children, and a sense of unity began to form among those on board. The crew prepared for a possible hard landing, checking every detail, reviewing safety procedures, and bracing themselves for impact. Passengers listened, followed instructions, and trusted the professionals, clinging to hope as the aircraft turned back toward safety. In crisis, they became a community united by hope, strangers now bound together by a shared ordeal and the will to survive. The crew's courage inspired everyone on board, their bravery a beacon in the darkness of uncertainty. Every second counted as they prepared for the unknown, the ticking clock echoing the urgency of their situation. The fate of Flight 558 rested on skill and teamwork, a delicate balance between human resolve and machine. The next moments would define their survival, as fear and hope mingled in the eyes of all aboard. Calm and courage were their only weapons, the invisible armor that shielded them from panic. The fight for life continued, every heartbeat a testament to their determination to make it home. With the fire subdued, the pilots faced a new challenge, landing a heavy damaged jet. The plane, loaded with fuel, was far above safe landing weight. Circling to burn fuel was too risky. They chose an immediate, overweight landing. The captain turned the aircraft gently back toward anchorage. The single engine strained, the plane sluggish and hard to control. Air traffic control cleared all other flights, giving Flight 558 the runway. "Alaska 558, the field is yours. Emergency equipment is standing by." Flight attendants prepared passengers. "Brace for impact, heads down, stay down." Passengers complied, fear and hope mingling in the tense silence. The runway lights grew in the cockpit window. 1,000 feet. 500, stable. The captain focused, flaring for touchdown. The landing was firm but safe, a powerful jolt, then the roar of brakes. The plane was down. Relief swept through the cabin, they had survived the impossible. The Mayday call triggered a full-scale emergency response at Anchorage. Fire trucks and emergency vehicles raced to the runway, ready for anything. Air traffic control cleared the airspace, focusing solely on Flight 558. As the plane landed, fire crews shadowed it, dousing the damaged engine and brakes with foam. The crew initiated evacuation, slides deployed, passengers exited quickly, leaving belongings behind. Paramedics and airport staff guided the shaken survivors to safety. The system worked, everyone was safe. The response was textbook emergency preparedness. Anchorage had averted disaster. After the emergency, focus shifted to investigation. The NTSB's GO team arrived, documenting the scene and examining the damaged engine. Specialists searched for the cause, metal fatigue, manufacturing flaws, or maintenance lapses. Every engine part was analyzed, every maintenance record scrutinized. Investigators interviewed the crew and passengers, collecting crucial evidence. The black boxes, flight data and cockpit voice recorders, were sent for analysis. These would reveal the flight's final moments, second by second. The goal: find the root cause and prevent future disasters. The investigation was painstaking but vital. Safety depended on the answers they would find. The Flight 558 incident sent shockwaves through aviation. Airlines worldwide inspected their Boeing 737S and CFM56 engines. The event reminded everyone that even reliable technology needs vigilance. Passenger confidence was shaken, safety debates reignited. Regulators monitored the investigation, ready to issue urgent directives if needed. The industry braced for possible grounding of aircraft or new inspection rules. Experts discussed pilot training and maintenance standards on every news outlet. Flight 558 became a case study in crisis management and survival. The world watched, determined to learn and improve. The lessons would shape aviation for years to come. The story of Flight 558 is one of triumph and warning. It proves the value of training, professionalism, and teamwork in averting tragedy. But it also reminds us never to be complacent about air safety. We must ask, are regulations and inspections strong enough? Are airlines prioritizing safety? These questions matter to everyone who flies. We must demand transparency and support robust safety agencies. The future of aviation depends on constant improvement and vigilance. Passengers should be informed and empowered, not afraid. What are your thoughts? Does this change how you feel about flying? Share your views. Together, we help keep the skies safe. In the days following the harrowing events of Flight 558, the world's attention turned to the unfolding investigation. Teams of aviation experts pored over the wreckage and flight data, determined to unravel every detail behind the near disaster. Black box recordings were analyzed minute by minute, while maintenance logs and inspection records came under scrutiny. Pause 1S. Meanwhile, passengers, still shaken but grateful, shared their experiences with investigators and the media. Their testimonies painted a vivid picture of fear, resilience, and the professionalism of the crew. Some recounted moments of panic, while others described the calm voices that guided them through chaos. Pause 1S. Aviation authorities responded swiftly, new safety advisories were issued, and airlines worldwide reviewed their own procedures. The incident sparked urgent meetings among regulators, engineers, and airline executives, all focused on preventing such a crisis from happening again. Pause 1S. As the investigation's findings were released, the world saw both the vulnerabilities and strengths of modern aviation. The lessons learned from Flight 558 became a catalyst for change, reminding us that every challenge faced in the skies is an opportunity to make flying safer for all. Pause 2S. The story of Flight 558 did not end on the tarmac in Anchorage. Its legacy lives on in every checklist, every safety briefing, and every flight that takes off, carrying with it the hard-won knowledge of those who lived through terror and the promise of safer skies for future generations. As the investigation unfolded, the story of Flight 558 dominated headlines around the globe. News outlets raced to break updates, splashing dramatic images of the damaged aircraft across screens and front pages. "Miracle in the skies," read one headline. "Aviation's wake-up call," declared another. But the conversation wasn't confined to traditional media. On social platforms, hashtags like #Flight558 survivors and #Safer skies began trending within hours. First-hand accounts from passengers and crew went viral, sparking waves of support, concern, and debate. Threads filled with gratitude for the pilots' quick thinking, while others demanded accountability from airlines and regulators. Aviation experts took to television panels and podcasts, dissecting every detail, from engine design to emergency protocols. Some praised the industry's rapid response, while others warned that deeper systemic issues remained unresolved. Meanwhile, the public's anxiety about flying surged, with travel forums flooded by questions and worries. Yet amid the fear, stories of courage and survival inspired hope and unity. The world watched, discussed, and learned, reminded once more that every incident in the skies touches us all, and that vigilance, transparency, and innovation are essential for safer journeys ahead. In the wake of Flight 558, the world was left with more than just headlines and hashtags. It was left with hard-earned lessons and a renewed sense of urgency. The investigation's findings led to immediate changes. Airlines revisited safety protocols, manufacturers scrutinized every component, and regulators closed loopholes that had gone unnoticed for too long. But beyond technical fixes, the story of Flight 558 became a powerful reminder of human resilience and preparedness. The crew's calm under pressure, the passengers' courage, and the swift response from emergency teams all played vital roles in averting a greater tragedy. These moments underscore a simple truth. In aviation, preparedness is not just a procedure, it's a culture, a mindset, and a commitment shared by everyone from engineers to travelers. As the aviation community moves forward, the legacy of Flight 558 lives on in safer skies and stronger systems. Each flight is now a testament to the lessons learned, proof that vigilance, transparency, and innovation are not just ideals, but necessities. For every journey that begins with a boarding pass and ends with a safe landing, we are reminded, the pursuit of safety never ends, and together we can ensure that the skies remain a place of wonder, not worry. Thank you for watching.